Do I say good morning first? Okay. Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. It is the 12th of February. Lots of different stories make it to the front pages of our newspapers. Nothing really dominates, but I'm going to start with Utusan Malaysia and this story. That is Rayuan case Liwat Bermula. This, of course, is the case of Anwar Ibrahim and Sodomy 2. In 2012, the High Court found him innocent. It released him from the charges. The government has appealed, and so this case begins again. A bit Groundhog Day for us. I mean, it seems like sodomy is the flavor of the elite. They constantly want us to be at that end of the process. So the back end, yes, it is the back end. Inside pages of Utusan, though, there is a very interesting piece. It's on page 4, and it's a talk given, or lecture rather, given on the hudud law and comparisons between Brunei Malaysia, looking at Brunei's recent embrace of the Islamic criminal justice system. So that's Utusan Malaysia for you. Also, a big story that's ongoing, which appears here, an analysis piece of the Sarawak Chief Minister post and Sarawak politics. There it is, a very interesting piece. Also inside pages that tell you something of how FZ sees the issue of Hybe's legacy. So that's, I think it's going to be something that the media is going to have to be focusing on as he steps out of the Chief Minister's position some 33 years after he first landed there. Ruler's Call. Nancy Shukri, Minister in the Prime Minister's office, she's talking about making the 10-point agreement, which is a kind of unofficial statement of how we might proceed on the Allah controversy. She says making it congruent with state laws and customs that differ across the Federation, that might be difficult, but something that's still worth doing, I guess. She's just putting it out there. She also appears on page 2. Remember we talked about the MACC announcing that 2 people would be charged, and then the AG's chambers seem to dilly-dally on it. Johan Jaffa, chairperson of the advisory committee to MACC, coming out saying that the delays were undermining the very institutions charged with taking out the corruption. So she's saying they will be charged. She's saying it. Will it happen? When will it happen? I don't know. Sina Harian, interesting front page, not least because it has the story of Kajang there, and the fact that the Elections Commission has already told us there's nothing wrong with Anwar Ibrahim going out and campaigning, because he's technically not a candidate yet, so he doesn't fall under the laws of elections, and so he can't be violating laws because he's not officially a candidate. Now, again, remember the Patai story yesterday? Here, Ketua Kampung kena tumbuk. Head of village head gets punched. Now, how is this a story that rates an appearance on the front page? I don't know. And there, a picture of his bloodied nose, and it just looks like a bloody pimple. It doesn't even look like he was, really hurt. I don't get what's happening with Sierra's front page. Anyway, they're making those decisions. New Straits Times, feeling the heat. It's about the drought that we're all feeling. We're feeling the heat. The question is it amounting to a drought? Yes, Harian seems to think so, and it's given 2 front pages on its thing. Kemarau. Kemarau means drought in Malay, and so there you have analysis of that. Now, I think that in fact our politics is suffering from a drought, and so kemarau is the word for the day. The drought in Malaysian politics, though it's a flood of banality, so paradox there. Okay, Berita Harian. It's a story about revisions on a school assessment system. Teachers don't like it. Clearly, teachers are important stakeholders in getting this new assessment system working. If they're not for it, I don't know how they're going to push it through. But at any rate, so the minister, he's also the deputy minister, is saying we'll review it. The Star has commemorative front page on the Lahad Datu incident with stories around the people who've survived the death of their loved ones who were killed in combat. Malay Mail has an important story. It's about racism in football. I'm glad they pointed that out. It's always a bad idea to let racism go, and the Football Association of Malaysia is apparently very serious about tackling the issue of racism. Inside pages of The Sun, important story, Komango declares itself legal, or rather the Home Affairs Ministry takes a Komango off the illegal or the ban list, and remember there was a big flap about that some weeks ago. Finally, we have Harian Metro, young lady with, I think she's suffering from rickets or something, I don't know, bad back again. They've come back to haunt us. And also the story, reminiscent of all the voodoo stories that we get in the newspapers. So this woman apparently made some 3 million ringgit in 1 year because she had a Tonka But To Money gajah. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to translate that, but I'll show you the image so that you get to see what that is exactly and how so many men were persuaded to part with their money because of this hideous object. There you have it, extraordinarily hideous object. It is a Tonka But To Money gajah, and I think money is a reference to spam. I'm not allowed to say that, am I? Anyway, so there you have it. That's all I have for you this morning. It's been BFN's Morning Headlines. And I'm Sharaad Kuttan. I'll always be Sharaad Kuttan on BFM 89.9.